Today we're going to be talking about the M18 fuel power head and the hedge trimmer attachment. Previous video we went over the actual pole saw and its 10-foot attachment for the power head, and you can check that video out below. So we'll do the unboxing of the hedge trimmer and give you our feedback. If you have the power head attachment, you most likely have the strap, but it does come with an extra strap in case you lost that one. It is helpful for especially when you have the 10-foot extension out there to be able to hold that in place and use the leverage from the actual strap. So this attachment comes with obviously very minimal items, just the hedge trimmer itself, and it is a beauty. Definitely want to keep the top on when you're actually changing positions. It just helps your leverage, but you should be turning it with this. So the pole here, so you have all these different holes, and that's just to allow for this to plug in to the hole so you can get the right angle that you want for your bush. If you're reaching up and you're angling on your hedges, this is a good position here. So at full 90, it gives you a lot of flexibility, and that is a cool little feature with an easy way of locking in the handlebar to keep it safe while you're changing it. You under no circumstance ever want to go like this. You never want to touch this. So always keep the head cover on if you're ever going to touch the tip. Just please don't do that. The actual head does not come with a battery, so we didn't realize that. I should have read that it says tool only. I was a little too excited. And instead, I'm using just my regular drill battery. It's M18 fuel XC lithium. So we'll just use that for now and see where it goes. It currently has a full battery. I've done a few cuts already and it's good. So we'll see where we go from there. For the most part, most likely, I could probably get away with using this battery instead of spending $200 on a new one. But the longevity of use is definitely going to decrease with the smaller, less powerful battery. So keep that in mind if you're going to use it. So like the chainsaw, this has the dual trigger because it's the same base head component. So you have to push forward on the trigger before you can activate. If you just press the trigger itself, it will not work. If you squeeze both items, it will not work. The trigger has to be pulled before you can allow it to start. So that's a cool safety feature and kind of helps you keep your fingers in place. Still, you want to keep glasses and a face mask if you want. I'm going to do both just because why would I not want to keep my eyes? All right, so let's get to cutting. Cuts like butter. It's hard. It's harder than the handheld for sure.
It's heavy.
Because the handheld is a lot lighter and less awkward. So using the handheld device is just, I could breeze through it no problem. This one I have to hold out a little bit more. Maybe it's just the extension of your arms makes it a little bit heavier. So here's what it is. So far I do like it though for the higher items that I couldn't get to previously with the handheld. So we'll put it up to the real test and actually try and cut down the hedges over here where we'll shape them up nicely, hopefully, depending on my skill set. Well, let's get to it. So now I'm just taking off the top so I could adjust the angle of the cutter so I can do the top of the branches. Right off the bat, it's good at cutting. It's gotten tied up on things probably about 1 inch wide. So that's, I guess, expected. The existing handheld one will do about the same, about 1.5 inches or 1 inch. And as long as you go through for a second pass or stick on there, it does come down eventually. But the difference being for this unit, it's also a lot heavier than the handheld. So you will get a little more tired quicker. You won't have to use a ladder to get to the top. So it's a trade-off, but you are right up in the area when you're using it with your hand instead of with the pole saw. Another positive is the head tip is extremely easy to change direction, so that's really cool. Overall, it's pretty good. Taking off the strap and adding the strap is also kind of annoying. It's just a longer device, so I guess you have to deal with those, and that's probably what I should have expected. However, in case you didn't, here's information that hopefully you want to know. It is heavy to maneuver. The handlebar, I feel, is in the wrong spot to make it easy for the extension. When the extension is not there, it's definitely super easy to maneuver, and that's all great and dandy after the fact. Yeah. Overall, if you have some smaller bushes that you can trim with this, it's a good option. I do like their handheld version better. It's smaller, lighter, and you can work with it more often in your backyard. Most people don't really need to be going 10 feet up in the air to get some hedges for the price of around $600. So for, I think, $300, you could get the handheld device. You won't be able to do the attachments, which is kind of a negative. It's a little bit of a bummer because the actual chainsaw attachment is pretty cool. It's great. I like that one a lot. So that's all for now. Let me get back to the hedges so we can be done for the day.